Thank you for joining us today on the Meta Perspective and our discussion on the silent depression. We are in a silent depression for sure when we're comparing to 1930s, but the question is what to do. You may have recently come across online something called the silent depression. This is what we're here to talk about today. We're joined by Christy D'Oliveira, Anthony Foer, and Samuel Miele. Sam, talk to me about the silent depression.
What I know about it?
Yeah, tell me what you know about it.
Okay, so from a 19-year-old's perspective, I mean, I haven't heard too much about it. You don't really see too much online, of course, only when you search it up. The one thing that I've learned about the silent depression is it's something that people don't know about. So we obviously have the Great Depression back in the 30s, but now we're in a silent depression. I don't really know what the difference though is. What is the difference between a Great Depression and a silent depression? I don't even know why it matters.
Let me throw a stat at you, okay? And then let me know what you think. So in 1930s, a car would cost about 46% of the average household income. It now costs 85% of someone's average household income.
Yeah, see, that's just it's simple. That's not affordable. That's not, I mean, has the world always run that way? I don't think so.
Okay. Anthony, do you think we're in a silent depression?
If we're going to base it solely off the statistic that you just gave, then I would probably say we're either in one or we've been in one for a very long time.
Things are just unaffordable right now. I don't know if I call it a silent depression.
Yeah, but I also think that if it's going to be that stat, you know, income versus the cost of goods,
yes,
we've seen the cost of goods continue to rise and we've seen income sort of stay stagnant for a long period of time.
Right.
So if this is a problem, my best guess is that this probably started like a half a century ago. Where this is not the beginning, we're probably either in the middle or hopefully the end would be nice, judging by what we know about it. But this has been probably going on for a very long time.
Yeah, this is, okay, both of you guys are in real estate. This is a slow creep probably, right? So in 1930s, the average home would cost 3 times the annual salary. It now costs 10. So definitely from that perspective,
Yeah.
we must have some sort of silent depression. What do you think, Christy?
I just think that there's been like a lifestyle change of some sort. Like, I don't know if we just got accustomed to it. We live a certain way and we're comfortable with these like smaller margins.
Right.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say about that. The word depression seems like there's a vague definition on it.
I feel like we use the silent depression almost to not admit defeat.
Okay, but are we even talking about it? Because like you said, it's hard to find online. It hasn't really had any sort of mainstream attraction.
Well, we don't want to talk about it because we don't want people to think that we're in a depression. I mean, it's already depressing enough right now. People don't need to, like, Christy, you're depressed. Okay, Christy, I say this to you, you are depressed. You're going to feel more depressed. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to tell people that we're in a depression.
Exactly.
Just look at the general narrative in our country right now. Half of the people think that this is like the worst thing that's ever happened and we're in the worst state we've ever been in. And then there's other people saying like, no, stay the course. We're doing what we're doing. And a lot of this is very revolutionary in the sense that we've seen this before. We saw this, okay? This happened when I was born. Stay the course. You know, let us do what we got to do with the economy. This is not new.
Itself out.
Exactly. This lingo and this dialogue is not new. And as long as I've been reading about this stuff, this has been going on probably around the time my parents got married was when it really started blowing up. 1980.
I wasn't alive.
Well, see, so then here, think of this. In 1930s, okay, here's what, in my research, what I found really interesting. In 1930s, of course, we're saying it was cheaper in proportion to your income to buy certain goods like a home and a car. But inflation between 1930 and 33 actually turned into deflation. Prices dropped by 25%. Now we're having an inflation problem of 4%, as announced yesterday. So what do we make of that?
I mean, I have not been around that long to talk about it. But what I will say is, from what I've heard in the media and the stuff that I watch, yes, inflation is insanely high. You know, how we rein that in, I mean, we can debate about that.
Debate.
You know, in the second segment, but
But most people have reined it in through debt, right? They've reined it in through debt, which is probably a contributor to this silent depression we're seeing, right? Because that's how houses have increased in value, and why they're a larger proportion, right?
But we are a society though that lives on credit and doesn't care.
Yeah.
That is
Absolutely.
undisputable as far as I'm concerned.
The government or society?
I'm
just in
talking.
general?
I'm talking a collective as a whole. We are a society now that if I don't have the money, no problem. I'll borrow it and I'll pay it back. And that's the mentality
that's-
that's been going on for a long time.
That's one of my big concerns. Is you know we've really our system here in Canada has been around for 100 years. It's not like it's been around for a very, very long time. So do we really even have proof that the current system that we're in will work? I mean, I feel like we have to see some adjustments to that. Other countries are making adjustments. It seems like we're kind of set in our ways, and we're just like adding on more debt to fix the debt that we currently have. And where are we borrowing from? Like that's my concern.
That's also something that's not new and has been around for probably the last 5 decades.